Welcome to the Operatory podcast, the podcast about burying the dinosaurs in dentistry, moving past outdated technology and procedures to find a better way. With me today, as always, usually, most of the time, is my man, David Pryor. How are you doing, sir?
Good, Brian. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I realized something just now.
Okay.
Things work better when you hit the record button.
Well, fantastic,
It's
Brian.
great.
That's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
What? No.
Yes, it's true. It is true, Forky.
I pre-apologized to our audience for Brian.
Oh, it's post-apologizing, but yes, I agree. Well, I'm super excited today, sir, to talk to you about our topic today. It is one we've talked about before, but I think we're going to put a new angle on it. And it is about the importance of treating people's needs the day you see them.
Okay.
So as always, Dave providing the patient perspective, but this time it's important, I think, because I think that the way...
As opposed to every other time where I'm a colossal waste of time.
Well, okay, good point. I said came out incorrectly, little wrong. So always. But let me clarify.
Okay.
Allow me to backpedal, so to speak.
Okay.
So what I would say is that this is one of the areas, of which there's many, where there's a vast difference between the patient's perspective and the dentist's perspective.
Okay.
Okay. And I think that that's kind of the point of this podcast explicitly.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and I'm putting you on the spot here as I always do, because that's
how you like to roll.
it is.
It's one of your favorite things.
That's how I love to roll. I love to put Dave on the spot and watch him squirm. And so I'm going to do that right now.
All right.
So Dave, from the patient's perspective, what is the value of me saying, "Hey Dave, would you like to get that taken care of today?" versus saying, "Talk to Jody and we'll see if we have time in the next month to take it care of," or something other than, "Would you like to get it taken care of today?"
Infinite. I because I've always been going to your practice, at least in my adult life, it would be inconceivable to me to say, "Oh yeah, well let's bang out a whole nother day to set aside to do dentistry if I could just get it done today." I can't foresee myself ever saying that's a better solution for me.
I just thought of something, and I think it is directionally correct. It would be like going to Target and having them say, which I'm sure happens. In fact, it just happened to me. I just went to Best Buy to buy a hard drive, and they had one that had like twice the size of the hard drive, external hard drive. Like it was 8 terabytes instead of 4 terabytes.
Mm-hmm.
I only need like 500 gigabytes, right? Mm-hmm. So, but the smallest one they had that would fit the bill was 4 terabytes. This one was 8 terabytes. The one cost 50% more than the other one, mm-hmm. and was still more than which was more than I needed. But they were out of the 4 terabyte one, but they had the 8 terabyte one. And so they were like, "Well, we could send it directly to your house tomorrow. We could send it here from the store, which was 10 miles away, or you could just go there and pick it up." And I was like, "No, I'll spend the extra, I think it was $60 to buy this hard drive versus that one, because I'm not going to wait."
Right.
Right. I mean, I think that's very similar. It just shows you like the value that people put on their time. And then there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Right?
But I mean, so truly the patient perspective, if I'm going to the dentist, that means I have to take time off of work, and in normal circumstances, I have to drive there. I have to, there's going to be a bunch of additional time squeezed out of me in order to make a second appointment. And so, yeah, having everything done one sitting is infinitely better than having multiple.
Well, and as you have anxiety as soon as I say you need to have this done, that's going to build up. So if you come back in a week, you're going to have way more anxiety, right?
Well, I can absolutely imagine your case acceptance is going to radically drop off.
Well,
I got busy. I mean, from a sales perspective, if somebody's ready to proceed forward, you proceed forward at that time. You make every effort to close that sale at the time where the person's made the decision to move forward.
well, yeah. And here's kind of the point of this whole podcast that I wanted to get to. And this is a little controversial. Okay. It's that even if you don't want to fit people into your schedule, make it seem like you do, right? Yeah. Amazon's the biggest shopping place, I would guess, on the planet because they at least have the illusion of convenience. Now, they are very convenient most of the time, so that's what wins. But not everything has next day shopping, right? But lots of things do. And I don't not buy something because it doesn't have next day shopping, but I probably go to Amazon first to buy stuff, right?
Sure.
Unless I want right now that I drive to Best Buy and buy the more expensive thing.
Right.
Right. And I'm not alone. That's the way our world is. I mean, you can order anything immediately online. So why does it take 2 weeks for me to get a cavity filled? Right.
Well,
so
knowing your wife as I do,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't wait to buy anything. And so
I'm worse is what you're saying.
Yes, you're particularly horrible because when it comes around to gift giving time.
Oh, I see. I was wondering how she came into this. Yeah,
she struggles. So yeah, you when you have a need, it is met immediately.
Yeah, and I'm not alone. I think there's a couple of us walking around planet Earth right now. Sure. Yeah, but here's my point: is that this is the controversial part, and is that even if you don't want to like fit in that patient that day, which one big study says that 22% of people delay dental care due to anxiety. So your case acceptance is going down at least 22%. Okay,
right.
Immediately.
Yep.
As soon as they walk out that door,
yep.
Case acceptance drops 22%.
Yep.
So, we get about a 30% increase in production at our practice every day due to treatment that we're doing the same day. So if you don't want to capture that and you want to have your case acceptance go down and or maybe you are truly too busy, I would recommend at least asking the question, would you like to do it today?
Right.
Because if the answer is yes, then at least, then I will know that you want to do it today. It's not a sales thing. It's, right. I want to know if you value getting it done today. Right. And then you can, whatever you want to do with that information, you can do. If you never want to see a patient that same day, you can say, oh, we don't have any availability. I'm really sorry today. So, we'd love to take care of your problem, but at least you have the illusion of caring, right, about what the patient actually values, which is not my favorite way to do it. I would rather try to fit people in whenever we can. And, that's, as you know, that's our guarantee is same day. So we might tell you that normally is a 15-minute procedure, but we might not get you taken care of for 4.5 hours, right? But we'll get you taken care of, right? Or whatever we can do to get that person taken care of, we do. But if that's not your values, at least ask about the patient's values, right? Because they're thinking it. They're thinking, whether or not they think lots of things. That's why you're here, Dave, because they think things that they don't say. And one of them is, why do I need to come back for this?
I was just going to say that it's, a big reason that we have this podcast is so that we can help everybody understand the patient's values and what the patient is looking for in the practice. And certainly from my perspective, same day service is really important to me. It would be a big step backwards for me to go to a practice where I went in and wasn't able to get, say, a filling the same day that it was discovered, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I think we've shown that with Opera DDS's chat feature, the intraoffice communication piece.
Yeah.
That the average practice gets over a 30% increase in production.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks it's total BS. They're like, how do you do it? And it's because of same day dentistry and the coordination of your team with instant, immediate, complete, secure communication that we have through chat. And I think that there's not a lot of dentists doing it, but they're also not asking, would you like to do it today? And if you do, and they say, and you'll see, just ask. If you don't do it today, I would just please, for the next week, ask every patient that needs to have something done, something simple, even pick a procedure. If they need to have a crown done or if they need to have a filling done, just ask them, would you like to do it today? You'll be shocked how many people say yes.
I'd be shocked at how many people would say no.
Who's
going to say no?
Here's the no. Oh my gosh, I'd love to, but I have a meeting right after this appointment. That's the people that say no.
Yeah, but what's that percentage? It's got to be
low.
Because if I'm going to the dentist, I don't really know what time I'm getting out of there.
Or financial arrangements, and people want to talk to their husband or whatever, or their wife. Yeah, it's very low. Everybody wants to do it today. So and the way to get it, that's the other piece of it. How to do it, how to fit people in today is a total, we can do it. I think we should that will be our next podcast.
Yeah.
How do you actually fit people in? But the short answer is to coordinate your team first with using I say Opera DDS chat because that's kind of the first problem we solved. And I haven't seen another system that is even close to it. But intra-office communication, however you get it done. I know people use headsets and that I think are garbage because you look like you're working at Burger King and you don't get all the information when you need it in a complete way.
Well, and no doctor has the headset in.
No, 80% don't. You're right. So, I mean, I'd love to just say complete, secure, cloud-based intra-office communication that goes, but there's really only one real system that works that I'm aware of, and it's Opera DDS Chat. If you have another one, let me know. I'd be very interested in hear it. And also, if you mention this podcast, you'll get a free month of Opera DDS to try it out. So go to operadds.com to learn more. Thanks, as always, Dave.
Thank you, Bryan.
It's always great talking with you here on the Operatory podcast.
You know it.